everybody, once again, it is your boys from Apuffaminute back in the backyard studio. I'm your man, Cigar Mick.
It's Cigar Banker. What's good, people?
What's good, man? Family, we back out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Took off last week. We've been getting some feedback on consistency.
Okay.
So, man, so we'll chop that up. Let me get a little closer to the table. But you know how we do, man. No agenda, right? Just straight off the top of the dome, bro. We just come out here, conversate for a little bit. We out here early this morning. It's Sunday morning, football Sunday morning.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we want to get it out the way so we can go catch these games, man. So I can bust heads in my fantasy league. You know what I'm saying? These cats are still blowing me up all morning.
Oh, man.
They scared, man.
That's the banter from East to West Coast. You got to deal with the East Coast people.
They scared.
That's 3 hours ahead talking mess already.
Exactly. They don't understand, bro. They don't understand the moves that I make, bro. But again, that's why I'm still number one. At the end of the day, though, bro, here we go. We smoking today. Let's talk about what we smoking, fam.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
So, first off, man, so I got this nice tatuaje. So, I smoke the same stuff all the time. I'm forgetting what's in my box.
Right.
Then you call me and say, okay, we're going to get together. I'm like, okay, what I got to pull out on the show?
There you go.
But I don't want to just pull out fancy stuff. I pulled this out because I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, a couple years ago, I think I told you I got into the Habanos real big.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was trying to find different Habanos. So, Tatuaje makes a Habano wrapper.
Yeah.
So, this is it right here. This is the Habano Nicaraguan filler and binder with the Habano wrapper.
Nice.
But really enjoy it, man. If you know Tatuaje, they was a little boutique brand.
Yeah.
Now they done blew up and everybody knows about them. The Tattoo Pete.
Pete Johnson, man. It's a good dude right there.
Absolutely, man. I done seen this dude doing wine reviews, whiskey reviews. This dude a connoisseur of many things, but he makes a really, really good cigar. He's another master blender, man, that I really enjoy. And like I said, I love these Habanos, man. It's so much flavor.
Yeah.
It's a little different size than I've been going to lately. It's more I think it's a 52, maybe even a 60. But a little bit bigger size than I've been smoking lately, but still flavorful.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Nice. I love the fact that you broke out, man. One of our friends of the show, man, Tattoo Pete today, the Tatuaje, man, because I kind of felt that same vein. We like to shout out people, man, that's cool with us. We cool with them. So y'all can see as of like right now, I decided to come out in full Foundation gear.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man, Nick Melillo, man, from Foundation Cigars, man. Ran into Nick up in Colorado last month, man. He's still cool as ever. You know what I'm saying? He's still one of the downest cats I know in the industry. So I just felt like shouting him out today. So I'm coming out, man, with that Wise Man, the Wise Man Maduro, bro, right here. This is that Wawanese, right? Which I totally forgot what that meant, bro. I'm gonna have to go back and look it up again. I meant to do it before the show, but shoot, we here now, bro. So ain't no need of fronting. But again, this is one of my favorite sticks that's out there, man. I always say one of my favorite sticks. I got a lot of favorites. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is a very well constructed cigar, man. A little bit oily. Got the Maduro wrapper on it. It is Nicaraguan, man, puro, like through and through. They do their thing down in Esteli.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whenever you get a chance to come across one of these, man, if you had the opportunity to meet my man Nick, you don't want to miss that opportunity because that's a real cool cat right there. So yeah, I'm enjoying this today. This one's actually given to me, man, as a birthday gift from my boy, Octavius. How do you say his name on Instagram, bro? My man Derek Mason. It's something, man. Oh, just look up Octavius. He's probably the only one out there that's got that in there. But nah, he hooked me up with this one, man. So I just want to say thanks. And I'm enjoying this, man. It's my breakfast smoke today.
Yeah, you know what, though, man? We might get to the point where we don't just have favorite smokes. We almost going to be like wines. I got my favorite region, or I got this. And, look for stuff in that vein because it's hard to say this is the stick I smoke all the time.
Right.
And when people ask me, they ask me that question all the time. What's your favorite go-to stick? I'm like, man, I probably got like 5 of them.
I hate that question.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
But, first thing, we got the platform going, with a Apuffaminute, and they see us out hanging with these cigar celebrities and stuff. And the first thing they say is, what's your go-to stick? And I'm like, why is that such a hard question for me? And I'm starting to realize I go for a flavor profile more than anything. So once I hit that flavor profile, I really don't matter who makes it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that same flavor profile.
That's a good point, man. So, just to make an example, right? So there was a cigar that I really, really liked. You know what I'm saying? Something that I really enjoyed. So while we were up at the convention, man, up at the Rocky Mountain, you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite cigar makers, right? He had like one box of these cigars left. So my boy's like, Mick, what do you think about those cigars? I said, bro, I love these, man. These are like one of my favorites. I'm purposely leaving it out right now. I'm not gonna say who it is, right? I love these, man. You know, so on and so forth. My man right here always does a great job. So my boy buys the box. Right? Then he gets home and he smokes one and he hits me up and he's like, yeah, man, I don't know if I really like these. Like, I misled him though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, man, you realize that everybody has a different palate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And in regards, something that's great to me may not be great to the next person, right? So, and people always try to think, well, what's the best cigar? What's your favorite cigar? I said, my favorite cigar is the one that I'm smoking. You know what I'm saying? Last time I went to see my doctor, she said, do you drink and smoke? I said, yes, I do. She said, which one? I said, both. I said, all of the above. She said, how often? I said, 3 days a week. She said, 3 days a week? I said, yeah, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Like, what else you need? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, people going to do what they're going to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when I say this is one of my favorites, I'm literally saying that because it is. It's up there because the best cigar is the one that you're smoking. I don't care what nobody else says. The best cigar, you know, is the one that you smoke and the one that you enjoy. So if you find a $2 stick, bro, that brings you enjoyment, you know, and it brings out all of those, you know, those qualities and elements, relaxation or whatever, bro, stick with that. That's cool. You know, I jump around a lot, man, because again, different times of day, different you know, things that I'm having for dinner, different things that I'm drinking, which why we ain't got no drinks up here, I don't know. I'm gonna let you talk to the people while I go grab us a couple brews real quick. Yeah. We so busy setting up, bro. You talk to the folk, bro, and I'll be right back, man. I'm gonna go grab a brew.
But I think it's an interesting point to make. Like, you know, I'm
still mic'd up, so go ahead. I'm talking.
It's an interesting point to make. Like, I can't always be like, okay, this is my favorite stick. And, you know, people want you to tell them what they should go towards and what kind of cigar they should smoke.
Right.
It made me think of that article that was in Cigar Aficionado a few years ago about the World War II veteran that smoked them same sticks for what, like 60, 70 years or something like that. Yeah. And it was like something close to White Owl.
It was Tampa, Havana, Tampa, some mess like that.
Yeah. And he got a 20-pack of them every 2 weeks. He drove into town and got, thank you, sir, and got his 20-pack every 2 weeks. And that's what he smoked for, I don't know how many years, but he was over 100 years old when he passed. Right. And he said he smoked 2 or 3 times a day, every day. Every day.
Yeah. He's like 103, 104, man. Yeah. You know, so I remember posting up about him when he passed away. First of all, cheers to you, family.
Cheers, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Now we back in. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened when you be off for a minute. Hey, we didn't introduce Polo the dog, man. So, you know, he's the mascot on the show. He's always out here with us as well. You know, doing what we do. But yeah, getting back to the conversation though. You know, this is one of the oldest pastimes. Been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? And you know, people have found different ways of enjoying it. I think, like with the, you know, the Indian people, man, what I used to call them, Tainos. You know, when the Europeans first came upon them, they was smoking tobacco through their nose. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many different ways, man, to enjoy this pastime. So people just have to find out what it is for them. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of folks, man, it's just like they just straight down pipe smokers. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how they enjoy it. I still don't understand the cigarette thing. I'm being judgmental with the cigarette thing because I used to be a cigarette smoker, right? Okay. But there's no comparison, right? There's no comparison. Let me tell you something. Bring you up on something else, man. That I think is kind of funny. So, you know, I've been trying to introduce my son, right, to this culture, right, to this cigar culture. He'll be 25 next month, you know, and he went kind of through a little cigarette phase, which I was like, son, stay away from that mess, man. That stuff will kill you. Like I literally woke up one day and I was going to the supermarket at 3 o'clock in the morning to get a pack of cigarettes, and I was like, I might be addicted. You know what I'm saying? I might have a problem. So I figured that one out, bro. So I was like, man, don't go down that road, bro. It's not it. So then he started doing the whole vape thing because he's like, well, it's less nicotine. And so I'm like, man, there's nicotine in carrots, bro. Like, stop. You know what I'm saying? Nicotine is in everything, man. You know, so I'm like, that's not really what the problem is. You know, the cigarettes is the way that they dope up the nicotine and all of that type of stuff to make it more addictive, right? So that's an issue. Chill, Polo, please. So Anyway, he goes with us to Colorado. I'm rambling a little bit, but he goes with us to Colorado. He really starts feeling the culture because he sees the camaraderie around people, man. Everybody's smoking, having a cold one. Everybody's just cool, right? From all walks of life, from all cultures. You know, it's just a melting pot. So he really was vibing on that. So I introduced him to, a cigar maker, one of the top blenders in the industry, and the blender was telling DJ his story, right? Telling his story about how when he was his age, he really didn't have direction in life, and so on and so forth. But his grandparents were like master rollers in Cuba and whatnot. So he kind of tried to ride on their reputation. He had never even his father didn't even smoke cigars, right? But he tried to ride on his grandparents, and he ended up getting a job in a cigar retail establishment or whatever it was, man. And after a while, when the rollers, not the rollers, but I guess the blenders, were getting up in age and retiring, they took him under the wing and taught him. So he had the opportunity to learn from like several master blenders, right? And became one himself in his own right. So he's telling my son was really vibing on this story and all of that. Man, it's like you never know how you're gonna end up, and this, that, and nothing, what have you. Well, my son's in the service, the military, for those who don't know. So the cigar blender says, "Man, give me your information. I'm gonna send you some cigars for the troops. I'm gonna send you some stuff, man, that you can share with your people on base." This, that, and the other thing. DJ calls me up this week, bro. He received 3 boxes of cigars, right? 3 boxes of like really good, like popular cigars, this, that, and the other thing. I think he got like 5 T-shirts. He got like a beautiful ashtray, bro. You know what I'm saying? Which I told him that's mine, right? And then he got like a lighter. This is gonna give it away a little bit now on the brand. The lighter was shaped like a V6 engine. Y'all should know who I'm talking about now, right? But anyway, man, he got all of this stuff, man, and he's sending me pictures of it. He's all excited, man. His boys on base are excited, and I'm like, DJ, are you sure that box wasn't meant for me? Because we got the same name, right? I'm like, hold up, bro. I said, who was it addressed to? Daryl Mickens. I'm like, you sure that wasn't me? He said, no, it was private, Daryl. I'm like, whatever, man. So anyway, man, that was really cool, bro. I love people in this industry, man, that take an interest, in our troops, and especially my son, particularly in this case. But I mean, everybody is just so much love in this industry, dude. There's no need for the crazy competition. There's no need for cats taking shots at one another. This ain't the right spot for that, man. So when that stuff starts creeping in, I want to go in the other direction.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's so much love. The love that look at the love we've gotten over the years. How much we've grown our platform.
Exactly.
Gotten attraction from dudes like Nick and Dion and all these folks, Brian, man. The list just goes on and on about people that got a stamp on Apuffaminute.
Yeah.
So that's a great story, though, man. It just shows the camaraderie. I don't think we say it a lot, but you don't really see it in practice. Maybe we got to do a group episode one time so you can just see the love and the support and the camaraderie that happens when we light up a cigar. Because we got some good fellas in the group, man. And when we come together, we light up sticks and we get a couple libations in us, man. We be doing the thing, man.
Exactly.
We enjoy each other's company. And it's like, we say that a lot, but when we really do it in practice, like for real.
On that note, man, shout out to the Syndicate, man. Las Vegas Syndicate, Badass Mobile Cigar Lounge, man. Still doing things. I know they got a lot of corporate events going on right now. We definitely did our thing. We came back to Cork and Thorn last Sunday. We was out there, well received, man. Had the live entertainment. It was a hot day, bro. I mean, not heat hot, but I mean, it was a lot of fun. Shout out to Ashing Out Cigar Lounge. On Friday, they had a meet and greet at one of our other spots, secret spots. Used to be secret spot, but it's a spot now. You know what I'm saying? But they had a meet and greet over there, so I heard that they had a really nice crowd out there. So shout out to our family over there at Ashing Out. Sin City Cigar Society, man. I ran into my man Kevin a couple of times at different locations, and he's got some things in it that he's trying to work on, man. Some big things that's coming up. So I told him, I said, hit me up, we'll chop it up, man. We'll see what we can do, man. So again, our little crew, bro, that we get down with, man, everybody is everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just family, which it feels good. Family don't always get along. Family don't always see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, we family. And we bond behind these joints right here. Matter of fact, Badass, I don't know if y'all know this, but Badass Mobile Cigar Lounge is nominated, right?
Yeah.
For one of the top mobile cigar lounges through Black Smoke Miami.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Apuffaminute ain't getting no nominations. But I'm good with that, right? Because at the end of the day, and I mean this sincerely, Badass don't do it for notoriety. You know what I'm saying? They don't do it for accolades, right? They do it because, you know, he started that company because that's something that he really was into, that he loved, right? Same with us, man. We do this for the love. We don't do it for accolades. But we have been at this probably longer than anybody else in this game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, one day the recognition will come, right? But I'm not vibing for it. But we've been doing this. We've been putting down like real content since 2018, and before us, nobody was doing it.
Yeah.
Before us, everybody was just getting out there doing cigar reviews.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We created a whole new lane, a whole new genre in this thing around cigars and conversation, man. And we bring people freaking, you know, entertainment news, sports news, you know, what's going on in politics. Sometimes it's controversial, right? What we may talk about on Apuffaminute, but it's always educational in some sensitive, you know, some sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we try to bring a little substance to it, but yeah, we can just get together and talk about, you know, big booties and, you know, and all that type of stuff. That's always a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, we try to bring something, you know, of substance and let people into our space, you know, to know what we about. Feel me?
And this is stuff we think about on a regular basis. Like, we ain't really got into no real conversation. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the conversation.
All right, we ain't even start.
I feel like I'm getting older, man. I'm just starting to have thoughts just come to my head and they come out my mouth. But
exactly.
But I feel like, man, this is what it's about, right? It's like we want people to know us, feel like they got a relationship with us, that they can really say, I know Cigar Banker, I know Cigar Me. You know, I seen them dudes doing their thing all the time, man. It's some people don't even know my real name. All they know is me is Banker.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And then when they see me, they be like, "Where's Banker?"
Yeah.
Like, me and you go everywhere together. You know what I'm saying? It's funny to me, bro. Like, where's Banker at? Oh, he in the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. It's
he had to park the car. He coming in.
He on his way. You know, but yeah, and again, you know, people know me as Mick, it's Cigar Mick, bro. Shout out to J Mike, man. Brother, I went over to one of the lounges here in town the other day. I walked in and this cat's just like dressed almost exactly as I am. You know what I'm saying? I posted that picture because we had different pants on and stuff, man. But we both had on the black jackets with the pocket squares, 8-color pockets, black shirts, you know, and the necklace and everything. It was kind of cool, man. But me and him, we chopped it up for a minute. He knew the Vegas, man. Hopefully he'll stay here. You know, cool cat. So yeah, but that's what it is, man. Like, you know, I love this game. I love, you know, the certain lounges. Here, I shout out Sugar Daddies too, bro, because whenever I go to Sugar Daddies, they show love, right?
Yeah.
I walk in the door, they're like, "Oh, it's Cigar Mick," you know. So we say that to say, you know, Cigar Banker, you actually are a banker,
yeah.
right? So again, that's how you know, that's how you feed your family. That's how you make your living, man.
Yeah.
Last 2 weeks ago on one of the episodes, I know I'm putting you on the spot real quick, man, because you know, I did a little bit where I shared a little knowledge, right, a little tip about cigar game and whatnot. You know, how to cut your cigar, how to properly light your cigar. You know, that's a tip that a lot of people need, bro. I sent you a picture the other day when I was in one of the sports books, and the cat sat next to me, bro, and he broke out his cutter. He damn near cut that thing in half. I'm looking at it like, ooh, it hurt my feelings, man. It's like if your finger was a cigar, he cut like the first digit off of that sucker. And I was like, wow, man. So when he wasn't looking, I took a picture of it and sent it to you like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
And I was like, God,
you know what I'm saying? It hurt my feelings, man. So I want to do more things like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because again, there's a lot of people that are, you know, that still are kind of new to the cigar culture, right? And again, not being judgmental, man, not trying to be a cigar snob, but if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I also want to provide some information around the whole cigar culture that can help some people. But with you being a banker, bro, you know what I'm saying? We got so many cats out here right now that's starting small businesses, that's trying to do some things to better position themselves at tax time, man. If there was one tip that you can give, you know, to our audience today, man, what would that be?
Ooh.
I told you I put you on the spot.
Yeah, I got a lot, man, but I say first thing, make sure you got a banker. you know, that's probably square one. If you going into business for yourself,
Yeah.
you're starting a business, you got a business you've been around for a long time, you need a banker.
Yeah.
I mean, it may seem obsolete now with online banking and all these stuff, but you can't replace the expertise of a real banker. And it sucks because it's getting harder and harder to find real bankers. I was lucky to grow up under some of the dinosaurs in the industry. You know, taught me the old school way of banking, where stuff was still done on a handshake. You could literally sign a contract on a napkin back then. And I say back then, this was only 14, almost 15 years ago.
Right.
But, you know, if I could tell anybody anything, make sure you got a banker in your corner. I'll give you a personal story. Me, personally, I just went through this situation as an officer of another organization where we had a long-term banker that was one-time part of the organization and all this other stuff. Not going to say no names or none of that. I won't get no drama. But at the same time, I could tell that they weren't being our advocate for the organization. You need a banker that's going to be your advocate. At the end of the day, there got to be some kind of buffer between you and the powers that be within the bank. You need that banker in your corner. Otherwise, it's hard as heck to get through the red tape, all the policies and procedures in banking without having somebody in your corner to walk you through it. And it's nonsense, man. First thing a banker will tell you is when they can't get something done, oh, our policy is this. Our policy is that.
Right.
No customer wants to hear that. Nobody does. So first thing I tell everybody is, okay, your policy is this, but at the same time, what is that banker willing to do for you? Or what is your relationship warranted? Maybe you haven't built a good enough relationship for them to warrant going against policy or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, you got to have a banker in your corner. And if I could tell anybody, I'll tell them that. You know, they always say you got to have them 4 people on your team when you start a business anyway. The banker, insurance agent, your attorney, your CPA. And you got to have them people in your corner from day one, you know, to be set up for success.
You got to have a team.
And don't get me wrong. It's a lot of people that start businesses and they come out and then they'll just, I got a good idea, and they start doing stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely go out, test, do the test phase, you know, retool, whatever. But at the end of the day, to have real success and build and get to where you want to get to and achieve some type of goals, then you got to have that team around you.
I mean, you can start it off without the team, but you're only going to get so far. Eventually, you're going to have that. You got to have that team if you want to get to the next phase, to the next level. That's great advice, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that somebody out there that's watching or listening will appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's what we do here. You know, again, we don't come out here and try to make things up, or you know what I'm saying, or talk outside of our space. This dude is a real banker, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you're in that position and you're looking for a banker, hit him up on IG, man. You know what I'm saying? If he can either be your guy or he might be able to recommend somebody depending on where you are. He may have a relationship somewhere. You know?
I've been at this 15, almost 16 years now. I feel like I'm finally starting to age, man.
Come on,
I probably work in a workplace where I ain't the youngest dude, man. It's like surprising.
You know what I'm saying? I had a partner, man, of mine call me this week upset. I'm like, what's up, man? He said, man, I was driving, you know what I'm saying, and I made this turn, and it was a cat that was coming up in the other lane. So he said, when I made the turn and everything, so on and so forth, he pulls in behind me. He's like, what the heck you doing, you old? He got called old, but he was like hot, man. He's like, bro, for real though? I'm like, hey, man, first of all, you probably should have made that turn, but you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. You know, they see us as we are at this point, man. I just hit 56, but I am not mad. I wake up every day with gratitude, you know, and amazement, man, that God has blessed me thus far, and I'm just looking forward, man, to continuing, man, you know, to see the family do what it do and grow and prosper, man. So I'm just excited about all of that, man, every day.
It's funny, man. I go to a basketball court, I get called OG. So
I get triple OG, you know what I'm saying? Triple OG, you know. On the other side of the coin, man, in the cigar world, there is something that's on my mind, because like I said, I've been going to a lot of lounges lately, a lot of walk-in humidors, right? And in this day and age, man, we still have to be safe, right? With this whole COVID-19 and all the different variants that are, you know, coming with that. So we still got to be safe. So I like to observe, right? So one of the things that I observe is when people go into a walk-in humidor and they're choosing a cigar, right? When you choose a cigar, you have every right to touch that cigar, to pick that cigar up, what have you. But please, you got to make sure that your hands are clean and sanitized, because at the end of the day, somebody's gonna put that in their mouth, right? And the one thing that I look for now, man, is when people are looking at a cigar, they should never grab it above the band. Right, and you see, it's cool to grab it at the foot, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, or even some people like to smell the cigar, right? It should never touch your nose, fam, right? It should never touch your nose. You want to keep it at least an inch away, because you could pick up a lot of the aromas from a cigar prior to. You know what I'm saying? Prior to lighting it, and it's so if you're getting something that's in your wheelhouse, something that you like. But again, I've been in some humidors, man, where cats is just all over it, and you can even take. You can't. Cellophane smells like cellophane. Like let's keep it real, right? So you can take it out of the cellophane. Push it up a little bit out of the cellophane, but again, you always want to be checking on this side of the cigar, right, on the foot, and never on the head.
You're supposed to smell it from the foot anyway.
Exactly.
I don't know why people try to smell it from the top. It's not open.
It makes no sense. The foot is open. Yeah, it makes. But these are the things that you see, man. So again, be safe out there, man. That's just that's just your cigar tip of the day, man. When you're going into a walk-in humidor, be conscious. Be conscious of the person who's coming behind you in case you don't choose that particular cigar. You never want to smoke in a humidor, right? Because if you go in there with a lit cigar, that can literally taint the flavor of the other cigars that are in there. When you walk into a humidor, you should be picking up that natural aroma of all of those cigars that are still there, right? That are still, aging, to an extent, right? They're still aging and fermenting to an extent, just sitting there in the humidor in the boxes, man. So again, that's kind of what you want to figure out, right? Where you want to stay at on that tip. That's it, bro. That's really the only tip that I got for the day. I was going to get into a little bit about the actual fermentation process, right? Because when cats see me, man, with a Maduro cigar, and they say, "Hey, bro, the Maduros, those are really strong." That's a common misnomer, right? Just because your cigar is Maduro does not mean that it's stronger. As a matter of fact, it's probably sweeter. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll get into that on another episode, man. It's almost. It's getting close to kickoff, so I'm gonna let's wrap this one up. You know what I'm saying? We want to definitely shout out all of our people who continue to ride with Apuffaminute from day to day. And as I said at the beginning, the only constructive feedback that I've been receiving is y'all ain't been consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, if we go on and look for a new episode and it's the same episode up there, after a minute you stop checking, right? Everybody don't got the subscribe bell or this, that, and the other thing, or they might miss it when it pops up and say new episode posted, right? So we got to be a little bit more consistent on it, man. The work that we do is real work. Right, and I'm not shading nobody, but anybody can turn on, a camera on their phone and go live. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we do, bro. We actually construct a whole thing, bro. We go into edit, we go, pre and post edits, in the whole nine, right? So it takes a minute for us to put. So it's not just like we can just throw something up there, right? We can sit down at any time and have a conversation in front of the camera, as you can see right now, right? We don't pre-plan our subject matter, right? We just come off of the top of the dome on what's on our minds on that particular day, right? But we'll continue to do that, man. If y'all continue to ride with us, I promise you we're going to get better on the consistency tip.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
But I'll say this, man. Like I said, we always appreciate what everybody's doing on Instagram, showing us the love. We definitely need more interaction, though. We need the likes, we need the comments, share. Even, like I said, DM us, communicate with us so we know what's popping, man. Let us know what you want us to talk about on the show. Maybe some cigars you want us to smoke. Maybe you want to know our opinion on a certain subject. We just did the quick business brief. Mick giving out cigar tips and all that, and the life hacks and whatever else you want to call. Mick is Nostradamus over here, but all that included, man. But make sure y'all interact with us more. And like I said, YouTube analytics show that most people that watch our episodes are not going to like, subscribe, and click the bell link. But guess what? If you do, you'll always know when we post something new.
Good point.
That's a good way to interact with us and not have to always go back and check. Because if you got to go back and check, it's a likelihood you're not going to.
Yeah.
It's another action you got to take, and you get lost in that YouTube wormhole where next thing you know you watching cat videos or something. We want you to stick with a perfect minute and go through our video library. Check our episodes out. See the content we've been putting up. Because like Mick said, we put a lot of work and effort into this thing, man, and building this platform out. So keep going there. And like I said, we got the podcast pop. You can see we got a little different setup today. Hopefully this will fix some of the audio things we got going on with the podcast. But we on all the platforms you need, man. We on Apple, we on Podbean, Spotify, all those different platforms. You guys can check us out there. Well, catch the audio only. If you're in your car riding, you're in the gym working out, man, you want to catch something on your AirPods or whatever, hook us up, man, and look us up on the podcast.
That's right, man. Matter of fact, wherever you listen to your podcast, we there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can run them all down, but we there.
Yeah.
Whichever one you listen to, we on there. All right, just look for Apuffaminute. Hey, family, once again, man, it's always a blessing, man. Like I said, my days are filled with gratitude, right? So I appreciate you guys. I definitely appreciate having my man right here with me right now. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate Poto the dog, man, for holding it down for us. You know what I'm saying? It's another beautiful Sunday morning. Are you ready for some football? Giants already showed y'all, man. What's up, man? They lost by a point, but they beat themselves. Let's keep it real, man. We got 2 touchdowns called back, on penalties and all of that type of stuff. It's gonna be a different type of year, man. That was the Giants team I've been waiting to see. You know what I'm saying? So I am encouraged as a Giant fan. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody in the teams that you support, man. Again, Nick Melillo, I salute you, my brother.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all. Next Sunday, I'm coming with the spikes and the war paint for the Raiders, man. We beat the Ravens last week. Man, I don't know how we're going to do today against the Steelers, but we'll see how it work out. But the city is full of energy, man. It's another good Sunday. So we appreciate y'all. Peace and love, man, from Cigar Baker.
That's it, y'all. We out. See you next time.